So this is the other Durin, huh? If this had been the dragon that ended up being revived in Mondstadt, there's no telling what So, if you think about it like that, no, I'm just a little envious, that's all.
Actually, most of the credit belongs to Albedo.
Then again, barely anyone even remembers you at this point.
Ah, so you three still remember Durin. Looks like the memory loss hasn't spread to close friends. I guess that means my memory of you must still be complete as well.
Albedo.
You're finally here!
Oh, you're here too?
I think I've pieced together some of what happened to him.
Master Jean filled me in on what happened, and I've got a few theories. But let's get on the same... Well, physically, he's doing fine. His body is holding the abyssal power.
So, from an alchemy point of view...
The issue isn't so much that the abyssal power within him has gotten out of control. It's that the connection between... If he ends up losing his conscious will, his body will fall back on its biological instincts. And that's when the abyssal power would... This book mentioned a witches' gathering. It seems like quite a few of these witches got themselves involved. Bringing fairy tale Durin into this world to replace the Durin on Dragonspine means using one Durin's fate to overwrite the others. But the power of alchemy, it would have required the combined use of Miss Barbeloff's astrology, my teacher's alchemy, and Aunt Alice's magic. After learning of Miss Barbeloff's prophecy, Durin and I finally came up with a way to settle the Dragonspine, and I took care of the alchemy side of things. Which, looking back on it... So now... there's only... As for the fate theory, our friend... I still can't figure out how any kind of magic could possibly influence the fate of Tevat.
So, the reason Alice had us complete this book...
A form of magic powerful enough to...
Well, we've no time to lose. I just need to take a look at the book. The next part of the story most likely relates to me. So the memory that unlocks it must be connected to me too.
Huh?
The giant tree was home to a broken branch, the shape of its splintered arm aligning perfectly with... Join yourself to that broken bough, for there you may take root at last, and hence... But first, fetch the stickiest clay and let it bind the scar of the break.
I see.
Guided by the breeze, the little dragon arrived at an alchemist's workshop. There he was greeted by a clay figure, a child molded by the sage witch's hands. Though gentle in appearance, he had inherited his mother's cold, sharp wisdom. And he was determined to avert the calamity the evil dragon would bring. And so was his helper, none other than the little dragon himself.
What is this place?
It looks like it's modeled after an alchemist's workshop. Or rather, a cliched stereotype of one.
Albedo?
Hold on. Why do I...
Oh, yeah! We forgot to tell you. Basically, the characters...
At least you're still human-shaped?
Well, since Cat Guy has taken on a different appearance too, that must mean... But you, Paimon, and Durin haven't changed at all.
I'd like to know more about that too. But seeing as none of them can explain it, let's just...
And just like that, the group stumbled upon a hidden passageway.
Come on! What are we waiting for? Next chapter, here we come! Ouch!
But this was a chapter that had not yet been written. Ahead of them were...
What? Then what's the point of having a path here? Sounds like a pretty bad habit for a writer.
Over here! I found something.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself, though the creature had perished, and the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil yet guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow the... Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still.
Sounds like this chapter's about Albedo bringing me to...
If that really was the solution, though, this would have been over the minute I...
There has to be some other reason.
Yeah, I'd like to...
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten.
Returning to the castle. I just never thought crossing over into a new world would create so much trouble. I'm starting to think I kinda miss being in...
You might look back on it with fondness, but if I...
Why?
Sometimes, moving on with your life comes at a cost.
You don't have to worry, Durin. No matter what problem you face...
Okay. Sometimes I wish I could just go back and see it again.
As the little dragon slipped back inside the castles, there was no danger here. No. As soon as his mother finished her story, and so the story ended, with the little dragon fast asleep.
What's going on? I feel so weak.
Hey, what's happening? Durin, wake up! But this can't be how it ends. Durin promised.
Hello, children. If you're hearing this recording, it's because you've reached a certain ending. You may have noticed that little Durin's experiences have been written into the pages of this book. Well, you should know that in the same way, its ending will also be written onto him. So be careful, because triggering a bad ending could be somewhat problematic. Let me guess. You're upset that I didn't warn you earlier? Don't worry, though. I've thought it all through. I built a very special feature into this book, just for you, the witnesses of this tale. So, go ahead. See if you can turn back the pages. If you're not happy with the ending you've reached, just flip back a few pages and let the tale unfold once more. Pretty incredible, huh? That's the power of magic.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten.
Do you think we could just... be it the calamity headed for Mondstadt or my inability to leave behind a story of my own? What if, here in this story...
Could Aunt...
Either way, it's an intriguing idea.
Durin!
It's just... I'm still afraid someday, even you... But I'm not sure if I can destroy it on my own. So please, everyone, help me destroy...
With the help of his friends, the little dragon destroyed... In his eyes, this would ensure that his story and... But the evil dragon's heart was like a great tree with roots digging deep beneath. The gnarled roots retreated back into the frozen earth, biding their time for a The little dragon's story faded into...
Who am I?
Is this...
And so the story ended, with the little dragon fading from...
Oh no! What do we do now?
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually... The evil dragon's heart continued to beat.
Looks like we have no choice but to get this. Whatever happens next, Durin is going to...
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale. At last, the little dragon accepted the evil dragon's heart, and a new life came into being. The evil dragon's heart beat in his chest, and the little dragon's soul guided him forward. Thus did the prophecy hold true, even as fate had been rewritten, and so was the little dragon born anew.
Finally! A happy ending! That must be the last step!
Born anew, the little dragon set off once.
Huh?
What comes next might be the most crucial part of all.
If fate really is as devious as they say,
Wow! You're up. Durin, are you alright?
The evil dragon's heart was now one with the little dragon, yet the dark. Would the little dragon dare to hold this power?
Hey! What kind of question is that? Of course he's gonna control.
Time is running out. So,
What's up?
would he dare to hold this power back? Or
The little dragon and his companion.
Huh? What's going on?
Once the ink runs out, is that the end?
I had a feeling this would happen.
What's happening to the other?
Now that the story's ink was spent, all that lay ahead.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
would he dare to hold this?
Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he simply give in? Would he dare to hold this power back?
The little dragon was at an impasse, and the dark power unchecked. The darkness and the little dragon's story faded into nothingness.
Is this me?
And so the story ended.
Oh no! But what do we do?
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
What's going on here? Why isn't the story letting Durin...
It seems the act of suppressing the power...
So, what now? Did we use too... How are we supposed to write a happy ending with only this much?
Well, this is
If there really is such a direct correlation between the story and his... Durin was, and still is in essence, a storybook character. And I suspect that has remained the case. Reviving Durin in the evil dragon's place was an act of grafting this Durin story onto the latter's fate. But there is a fundamental difference between a being's... As Miss Barbeloth reminded us, the fate of every living being in Teyvat has been woven into the fabric of time. It's most natural. But Durin's story, on the other hand... As Durin's connection to this world wore thin, in other words, his story can't continue.
It would seem the little dragon...
Save it. The question is...
This is as far
I suppose. The final... It's hard to believe I never actually left my mother's story.
By there, I take it you mean... the blank pages of the unwritten
But we still don't even know if Durin belongs inside the story, then going up...
I'm not afraid.
I second that. It would seem this is one answer.
So be it. Whatever obstacles stand...
in that invisible wall. The little dragon staring at the uncrossable edge of existence itself. And all of a sudden, it began to fracture, as if struck by some transcendent will.
Gotta keep...
Ahead lies only
my consciousness.
Keep going, Durin. A pure soul is your essence, not an empty void.
I feel so...
Stand tall, Durin. You are not some amorphous idea. The body I made for you is flesh and bone.
Am I...
Yes, Durin, but you must...
I can't feel a connection.
You're not alone in this world, Durin. At the very least, you have me.
I can't remember anything. Who am I?
Your name is Durin, and there are many who still remember it.
My name is Durin.
You're taking too long. Come on, Durin, run! In this world, fate waits for no one.
Wait! Where am I meant to go? What am I supposed to do?
Go make your wish come true, Durin.
My... wish?
Your story's not over yet.
Silence, huh? Have you not?
Let me get this straight. You want to graft your story onto this unfinished thread of fate. And in doing so,
Quite the brilliant idea. Still, the story's survival depends entirely on whether the...
Exactly. And the moment foretold by the prophecy is still...
I see. I thought my own ignorance might be the problem. That I'd asked more of the noble science of alchemy, or that I had failed to discern the heavenly signs and grasp the secret truth underlying the prophecy. Little did I imagine that time itself would prove to be the...
well, my friend, this has been a most intriguing experiment. And from an academic perspective,
Someday, the prophecy will come to pass. So remember, my friend, much like...
Thank you, everyone. You've helped me so much already. Will you lend me your magic one last time? Just enough for me to keep his story alive?
You mean you want me to extend your lifespan?
No, not in that sense. As Rhindaughter once told, whether it lasts a day or an age, the span... If I tried to breach that law by force, I'm afraid I would lose what makes me. This is not a path I want to go down. If I am...
So, what...
I would like you to send this pen...
I see. Then perhaps I could create a kind of story magic to take over the writing once you're gone. Oh, but for it to work, you would need to provide enough of your own words for it to learn from.
How much?
Oh, an immense amount. So much, in fact, that you would have to spend the rest of your life, no matter how much you write. There is a limit to the number of words you can... Someday, perhaps, even your entire corpus will not be enough for the magic to continue describing this world.
Still, it's...
Oh, my dear Anya. Even after all this time, you're still... Look.
Once he leaves Simulanka, things will only get more complicated. I'll just have to skip over some of the less...
Anya, why do you insist on sending him out of the story? Why not just let him remain within the story? With my magic, even Fate's curse could be undone, and he could...
I suppose. In fairy tales, all it takes is a heartfelt wish. And that's just how fairy tales end, isn't it? But, Tell me, Alice, in your eyes, what...
To leave a story?
Not a bad answer. It's true, many writers come... My greatest regret is that every story I write has...
Anya.
No matter how brilliantly a character shines, the moment their story ends, for them, the story itself But what if, instead, I could place my pen in...
You mean...
You said it yourself. I can only leave so many words behind. Even with your magic, But I've found a way to use your magic to This ink is a magical medium he can use to For what is storytelling but another kind of magic? And if he can even once he reaches the chapter where I stopped. And so, by leaving him
a character with the power...
That way, he'll finally be free from the cage that is my pen.
And you no longer need to worry about the constraints of my... but there are... First of all, once he arrives in Tivat, he'll have to rely entirely on the story you left. As you gradually hand over creative control, that connection will grow weaker, and at some point...
But at the same time, he'll also have the chance to forge that connection.
The issue is, this method taps into too many of Tivet's core secrets. In fact, it'd be hard for you.
We still have the story itself, though.
It's entirely possible he burns through all your ink, never reaches the chapter you had in mind, and gets... But despite...
I still believe in what this child can... His hopes and wishes can be his ink, so he won't be trapped by mine running.
Oh, what the writer you are, Anya. Your imagination... And you do know how much I love a happy ending.
Thank you, my friend. Well then, my child. Do you understand what you must do?
Yes, It's my turn to keep this...
Then what's holding you back?
What will become of you after...
I will fade away. My child, or your mother, I should say, passed away long ago. The voice you're hearing is nothing but a magical echo that has now fulfilled its purpose. You needn't feel so reluctant to let me go.
I know my mother died. It's just... When you lose your mom too soon, it's hard to tear yourself away from the story.
Durin.
But after coming to this world and traveling it with my friends, I suddenly realized I couldn't just sit around listening to my mother's stories, because maybe this is just what growing up feels like. With all my new friends, Wade, I'm ready to grow up now, Mom.
Then take this. A gift I should have given you a long time ago. You've witnessed this story from the very beginning. Made your wishes, offered your blessings, and even wrote your choices into its pages. From here on out, this pen is yours. Now I ask of you, the other pillar of this story, as both its reader and its witness. Will you turn the page so the next chapter can begin? Suddenly, and without warning, the powers of darkness struck. The question was, could the little dragon prevail? Alas, it was here that the story witch's tale had to end.
But Durin's tale, on the other hand, had only just begun. Stepping into his mother's memories, he picked up her pen. And so the story that was ending began anew. He had made up his mind to challenge the fate that barred the way ahead.
Looks like this is the final step.
A chance to strike back at fate? Now that...
No! That fate no longer defines me. Stay back! Stay away from me! Leave it to me!
No dodging this one. Here, I'll help lift you up.
Here, I'll cover for you.
This time, the light prevails! Thank you, Mom. And so it was that Durin defeated the darkness and rewrote his fate. But his story is far from over. Is everyone okay?
We're fine, thanks. And hey, we all saw how you fought back there. That was awesome!
I have to admit, I do feel like I owe you all so much. Without your help, I don't know.
Just a shame I could only help out from the sidelines. Like I said before.
Well, I'm sure you'll hear it.
Hear what?
The chance to strike back at fate knocking it.
Allow me to just check one thing. Yes. The abyssal power within you has stabilized again.
Oh, thank goodness!
I wonder what it means, though. Aside from the principles of alchemy.
Look, it all turned out fine, so just leave it at that.
You're leaving so soon? What, don't humans usually throw a party?
A party? Do I look like... Anyway, come find me again next time you're in trouble. That's what friends are for, right?
In a way, though, he is right. This is Durin's moment to celebrate.
Hey, I don't blame you for asking. And honestly, I'd be perfectly happy.
It's all right. I'm sure we'll get a chance at some point. All right then. Traveler and Paimon, we'll part ways here. Given the...
Okay, see ya! So, it's party time next! Huh?
Congratulations on completing your mission. Now then.
She must have known the moment we finished! Just like she said she would!
I've heard dressing appropriately is a must for socializing.
Oh, my writer and witness. It's been...
You had special plans for the traveler from the start.
But of course, that goes without saying. For a story to live on, it needs both a writer and a... I chose the traveler as the witness. Because of this, it's not easy finding someone with that kind of background, you know. For a moment, I even considered taking the role myself.
At least it made for an interesting story, right?
Huh? What are you doing here?
With the Hexenzirkel carrying out such a risky experiment in Mondstadt, it didn't cross your minds that the Animo Archon...
Sorry for the trouble, Lord Barbados.
Think nothing of it. I dare say the Animo Archon quite enjoy...
Here, please take...
Well. Somehow, despite all my careful planning, it's still... It never even crossed my mind that Rhindotter's child would be capable of handling that kind of alchemy in her stead. What if only the others were here too? We could all...
I'm right here, you know. The only one who hasn't responded is the one busy stuffing her face over there.
Is that you, Barbie? A little late to the party.
Come here, child. Let me take a closer look at you.
All right, Aunt.
Just as I thought. This child's fate does not...
What does that mean?
Child, all you need to know...
Oh.
Just like how she was in the story, huh?
Tell me, little Durin, what will you do next?
Well, there's so much I want to do.
How about settling your most recent regret?
Not so fast, tone-deaf bard!
To make a long overdue wish.
Thank you once again, Alice.
How much time do you have left?
I believe these should be my...
This feels like having to say our final goodbyes all over again. I don't like it. Not one...
I don't know how to... Strange. You were always such a cheerful figure in my stories. I even dubbed you the Merry Witch, you know.
Oh, please. You know full well it was your stories that first taught me what... Aside from saying goodbye to me, shouldn't you also leave a few words? Since the book will be his to continue, why don't you write him a little parting note?
There's no need. His mother already did that long. All that remains is for me to convey it on her behalf. My child, these may be the last words I get to leave you. I've always thought of the characters in my stories as my children, loving each one of them, just like a mother would. But you are the most extraordinary of them all. You alone can defy the fate of this world and write the perfect ending to my story. You alone shall leave these pages for a future I will not see. Still I say to you, fly, my sweet child. Just like a forest breeze yearns for the open sky, head into the unknown and seek an adventure to call your own. If you meet a dragon bright as 1,000 jewels, dance through the air together. You are not alone, for this world has accepted your place in it. Do not lose heart. You still have many wishes left to fulfill. A long tale awaits you, my love. Let songs and flowers be the ink that fills its pages. Take my pen and use it to continue your story.